Greetings, Taku Faithful. Thank you for joining me again this week. Once again, it's Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief, and I'm joined once again this week by fellow YouTuber, fellow Rogues Gallery member, UgoStrange.
AKA Body Slam a Newborn Baby. It's UgoStrange. Check out thestrangeverse.blogspot.com. Check it out.
And after a long hiatus, we have finally been able to get my man, the Gory Knight, Zipblockgory, back on the podcast.
What's up, people? Back with a vengeance. Check out my channel. Got new videos up and hope to see y'all there.
And we've pretty much assembled here today to give a review / discussion / rant, whatever's going to pop off in this podcast for the new Marvel Studios film Iron Man 3. And that's going to be the topic for this week's OAW podcast right here on Otaku Assemble Weekly. And as always, here to bring you the latest in this week's OAW podcast. So, we're actually going to kind of change up, but we're going to adapt the normal format on the podcast for this week. So, seeing as how the discussion is about Iron Man 3, both as a review, but also as a discussion, what I've decided to do is, normally when we would go around the table and kind of chime in on the topic, this go around, what we're going to do is we're going to have the first part of this podcast be spoiler free. So what we'll do is go around the table, first with Hugo, then with Zip, then with myself, giving brief, concise, objective people. Let's shoot for objectivity here. Objective, but very, brief, narrowed down reviews of the film. We'll go around the table doing that. And then in the second part, that's when we'll go into the spoiler territory. And that will, I think, make up the bulk of our discussions. Cool?
Cool.
All right, so let's start this thing off with Hugo. Give us your brief, objective, concise review of Iron Man 3.
Brief, concise, objective. I was entertained. Like, if this is what they were going for, summer blockbuster movie, popcorn flick that you can turn your brain off with, they succeeded. As far as making an Iron Man movie, they failed completely and miserably. There you go. That's it.
That's it. Wow, that was very brief and concise. All right, Zip, what are your thoughts?
It's Iron Man 2 to the nth degree. Like I said, it's entertaining, yeah, but nothing new here, really. That's really how I feel about the film. I don't like the tone. The trailers tricked me into thinking that the tone was going to be touching on some more darker things with Phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't happen. I'm just disappointed. That's how I feel about it. That's it.
That's it? All right.
Yep.
And, okay, so my review is actually going to end up being a little bit longer than you guys. Okay, so here's pretty much my brief, objective, concise review of Iron Man 3. Good film. I'll admit it was a good film. Much better than Iron Man 2. I thought that, for the most part, the acting was on point, even with the way in which the characters were written. Despite whatever issue I might have had with the characters themselves, that was based more on a written standpoint, not the acting standpoint. Guy Pearce, I've said it from day one, can play a villain like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
He is the breakthrough performance of this film. I think I agree with you guys in an entertaining aspect. It is a very entertaining film. It is a much bigger spectacle than the previous film, which I think they made up for with that. But with that being said, when you want to talk about it from a writing standpoint, from a plot-driven narrative, a character-driven narrative, character development, intrigue, things of that nature, the film does not. It does not provide that. It does compensate with the action. It does. But when you actually have to sit down and start thinking about the film, it falls to pieces at the seams.
Oh, yeah.
Was there anything else I wanted to touch on? The comedy did not win me over. But none of the comedy since the first film won me over. That even with Iron Man 2, the comedy just fell flat with me. It was out of place, offbeat. So all in all, my final thoughts, like I said, good, still a solid film, decent enough, better than Iron Man 2. But with that being said, from that was the objective. My personal opinion, one of my least favorite of the Marvel, probably my second least favorite film, right behind Iron Man 2 and right in front of Thor. In between Iron Man 2 and Thor, second least favorite of the Marvel Cinematic Universe so far. So, and my rating for this would be a 3 out of 5. Now, with that being said, that's going to conclude the spoiler-free portion of the podcast. I know it was real brief, but bear with us. Hopefully, by the time this podcast gets posted, most of you all will have seen the film, and so you can go ahead and enjoy this now spoiler portion of the podcast. All right, so let's jump into this thing. What the hell happened? What happened? Can someone tell me now? Okay, let me go ahead and predicate this portion of the discussion with this. We know that Iron Man 3 was already going to we knew it was already going to have some problems because of the Trinity curse. Whenever you have, I say trilogy, the trilogy curse. Whenever you have a trilogy and you change directors in the third installment, there are automatically going to be issues. We knew this was going to happen. We just didn't know it was going to be, we didn't know it was going to be that there were going to be these many problems. In all honesty, like I said in the spoiler portion, when you start to actually critique the film, it falls apart at the seams, much more so than Iron Man 2. Much more so. So where do we start with this discussion?
Let's get right into the thing with the Mandarin. I just want to get that out of the way.
All right.
Okay, yeah.
Zip, go ahead. Start off with the Mandarin.
The thing with the Mandarin, yeah. I honestly, that's not what really bothered me about the film. I think it works in the film. I think it's kind of genius. You set him up to be like an actor, and Guy Pearce is the true villain of the story. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't bother me that much. But then he says, "I am the Mandarin," and I'm like, "You are so cheesy. I can't take you seriously."
Did you notice the dragon tattoos he had?
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But still, he didn't feel any more villainous or menacing than Ben Kingsley was when he was acting to be the Mandarin. I'm like, you're not impressive to me. Like this, he feels like a Spider-Man villain out of Spider-Man 3. This is a generic, very unappealing villain, and it's just so much wrong with that. So yeah, the whole reveal with the Mandarin, that didn't bother me that much. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, what do you think?
Okay, the reveal with the Mandarin was the big thing for me. I was sitting there watching the movie, and okay, there's this scene in the movie where the Mandarin has this White House staffer, and he's going to shoot the guy in the head on live TV in front of everybody. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "I'm waiting for the president to call me, and if you call me, then I'll spare this man's life." And the president calls him, and the Mandarin shoots him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting in the theater going, "Holy shit. Shit just got real. This nigga's badass." And then to take a scene as chilling as that, as awesome as that, a live public execution, and then just to completely throw that out of the window and say, "Oh, well, no one was hurt. Nothing happened. It's all an act. I'm not the Mandarin." It was just like, no, you had a really dark film here. You could have owned that. Like, I didn't see Iron Man 2, so I didn't know what happened in Iron Man 2, but you had an opportunity to deal with a very strong global terrorist organization that had the capability of kidnapping a White House staffer and executing them on live television, and then to back down from that completely is not only sad, but like, it's unfortunate with the fact that you had Ben Kingsley there, and you had a character as powerful, as great, as, you know, threatening as the Mandarin, then just to back down away from all of that is cheap, forced, and not funny. It was just like, oh no, let's just make this funny. Oh, I'm an actor, ha ha ha. You know, some fat drug addict actor. No, thank you. No, no.
Okay, so my thoughts. I'm more along the same. I'm more along the lines of Hugo, except the thing is, I don't feel the rage from you guys. Was I the only one that was infuriated when I saw that? I mean, when the Mandarin reveal happened, I was getting ready to fucking walk out. The only thing that kept me from walking out of the theater was the fact that I had spent $7.75 to go see the damn film. And I'm working on a budget right now. I can't just waste $7.75. So, but when I saw that, I was fucking infuriated. I wanted to grab the motherfucker. Thank God nobody was sitting next to me in the theater, because I'd have grabbed his ass and chucked him over the motherfucking seats, over the fucking railing, into the middle floor. Then I would have walked up to him and I told him, bite the damn fucking step, and I'd have crushed his fucking skull in. Okay? Like, when I saw that shit, I just wanted to, like, I was like, dude, if I could be in Marvel fucking Studios, I would have just strolled in there and slapped everybody on the fucking lot with my dick. Everybody.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those moments where it's like, what were you thinking? Like,
maybe for me, I'm not so angry is because I heard about what happened. Like, I didn't hear exactly, but I heard some stuff happen with the Mandarin. So I was like, oh, okay, this happened. Maybe that's why I'm not so angry. But I'm pretty sure if I hadn't known that something would happen, because this movie was released overseas first, and I have friends overseas, and they were like, yeah, you're not going to be happy with what they did with the Mandarin. I'm like, don't even hint to me that something happened. So when it did happen and I knew something was going to go down with the Mandarin, it didn't surprise me that much. But still, the switch in tones, yeah, like Hugo said, you have a very serious scene, and then you go from that to this. It's stupid. Very, very stupid.
Now, I'll go ahead and I'll give the film credit, addressing what you mentioned earlier, Zip, about like having the Mandarin as a ploy, you know, having him, you know, be this imaginary front man, if you will, right? I didn't mind that. Like, I thought it was a good idea, and it actually helped Killian, Pearce's character. It actually helped him, because remember, what did he tell Tony? He said his whole thing was anonymity. You see what I'm saying? You know, that he's not supposed to be seen. I like that. I thought that worked. But with that being said, I would have much preferred the reverse. Have the Mandarin be the one who isn't fucking seen.
exactly.
Have Killian be the fucking front man. The guy that everybody knows exists. But since we're addressing the whole thing with the Mandarin, I might as well let's just go ahead and address the villains in the film, because like I said, like, I liked Guy Pearce's character.
Me too.
I liked how he was written, and of course his fucking acting, like, it was fucking solid. But the entire time, and I shit you not, the whole fucking time that we were getting Guy Pearce's character, where we were getting all of his fucking subordinates and shit like that, how they were hunting Tony throughout the entire film, the whole time I just kept saying to myself, why wasn't this Iron Man 2? Why was this not Iron Man 2? This should have been Iron Man 2. This should have been Iron Man 2. The whole fucking time. Because my whole thing on the villains... Oh, and for the record, though, I thought Killian had a bullshit character motivation. I thought it was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit
Of
character
course.
motivation. Both him and Rebecca Hall's character, which was the second point I was getting ready to walk out of that fucking theater. When they killed Rebecca Hall character off, I was like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Fuck you. With no. That was bullshit. Cause that is too. I'm sorry. Rebecca Hall and Ben Kingsley, those actors were too good for this film. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not up for discussion. Anybody in the comments of this video who disagree with me, you can go fuck yourself. I don't care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. Those motherfucking actors are too good to have been in this fucking film, to be wasted the way they were. No. Bullshit. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying about the fucking villains and like their placement in the film and all this jazz. To me, like I said, this should have been Iron Man 2. And the way they should have set this up properly, in my personal opinion, right? Now, for the most part, I would disregard the villains from Iron Man 2 because they just shit on them. They suck. I mean, they downplayed Whiplash and then they downplayed fucking Hammer and just made him into a fucking comic relief, and I hated the entire fucking film. It was garbage. It was bullshit. I don't want it. I don't need it. I never want to see it again. My thing is this, though. How interesting would it have been to introduce this villain and these body of characters into the second film when after the first film and at the beginning of the second film, we are already going into the story under the notion that, remember what Tony says at the beginning of the second film? He's like, I have become a living deterrent. No one has Iron Man. No one can replicate my technology. So that, no one can beat me on this ground. So when if it made sense in the second film, like, okay, we can't beat them technologically based. So we're going to make bioweapons, especially since Iron Man 2 was coming off of The Incredible Hulk. When we saw what happens when the army tried to fucking duplicate the super serum program, and the super soldier program, the super serum, the shit didn't work, right? So then you would have Guy Pearce's character develop a new bioweapon, and this would be the great threat to Tony Stark. It's like, yeah, no one has your technology, but that don't mean we can't rival you, right? And then if they would have adapted the whole fucking demon in a bottle, because they bullshittedly threw that into Iron Man 2. So if they would have properly adapted Demon in the Bottle with the fucking what's the name of it? Extremis. With the Extremis storyline in one movie, then you would have gotten the darker tone that you were talking about, Zip. You would have gotten that darker tone in that fucking movie. That would have been the third fucking movie, right? I mean, that would have been the second movie. So then by the time you get the third movie, where you got the motherfucking Mandarin, who already has alien fucking technology coming off of the Avengers?
That would have been great. Perfect.
Well, exactly. That's kind of what I kind of speculated in the previous podcast we did before. Ross said it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to have the Mandarin have some people to get some of the debris from the alien invasion and like use that. Piggybacking on what you said, Larry, about the whole like technology and whatnot, Iron Man has become a deterrent, but what we're leaving out here is the fact that the Mandarin is just as smart as Tony Stark. Not only that, but the Mandarin is physically stronger than Tony Stark.
And he's richer than Tony Stark.
Exactly. Tony Stark is not Batman. He's not a mixed martial artist, So how awesome would it have been for the Mandarin to be like, to show up at Tony's house, take the Iron Patriot costume, and then just kick Tony's ass? He would have left him like bloodied and broken and whatnot. And like, how was Tony Stark supposed to come back after that? Having this nigga literally show up at his house, kick his ass, take his Iron Man outfit, and just be like, I'm out. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You can't. Because the Mandarin, like I said, has a global organization of like terrorists, has a global organization. This is some dude who's not like, he's not, what's the word I'm looking for? He's not small time. Okay, he's not some criminal. This is an international global terrorist we're talking about here. This is some dude who he can wipe his ass with Tony Stark if he wanted to, both literally and figuratively. So, I mean, coming off of the Avengers, how awesome would that have been to have Tony Stark actually as somebody who can not only like mentally kick his ass, but physically kick his ass.
And financially kick his ass.
Exactly. Even though, I don't think that'd come up in the movie, but like, it just would have been like interesting to have Tony Stark taking on a different kind of foe.
Also, go ahead.
No, which I like that with Killian, but it's like having them actually like physically fight was just like, no, that didn't need to happen either. That was no, thank you.
But then, okay, so since you brought up Tony though, see, now I want to talk about Tony's whole fucking character arc in the damn film, because for the most part, it actually did make fucking sense. And this is why I'm saying that the fucking film just kind of falls to pieces, because some of the pieces are right and some of them doesn't. If we had the fucking Mandarin like we should have had the fucking Mandarin, then it would have made all the more sense for Tony's fucking character arc with all the shit that he did in the motherfucking film. Like the fact that he went out of his okay, first off, the anxiety attack thing, I thought they pussyfooted around with that. They should have just made it full-blown PTSD. They should have just made it full-blown PTSD. Because regardless of what look, I'm not trying to say that, that's just something that can get thrown in at any time, and I'm not trying to sound insensitive to anybody who has PTSD or anything like that, because I was raised in a family of veterans. You motherfucker can't tell me no shit that I haven't heard from somebody. But the point is this: Tony is a soldier now. He fought in a war. Go see the Avengers. He fought in a war and he almost died.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense, naturally speaking, that he would have that, because Captain America's not going to fucking have it. He was already a soldier. Thor ain't going to fucking have it. He's already a soldier. You think the Hulk's going to have any problems with that? With all the fucking people he's killed? You see what I'm saying? So no. The thing is, though, with Tony's character arc, like, they should have just made it full-blown PTSD, right? Okay, what's his coping mechanism? He makes all these goddamn armor, right? Mm-hmm. He even makes a fucking armor that he can fucking summon at any point in time, which I thought provided too much. Like, I liked it because it was the next natural course of action for Tony to invent a suit that he could have at any time. But it did open up a wormhole, pun intended. It did open up a wormhole for too much literary convenience. Way too much fucking convenience. Okay? Think about everything he did with the fucking suit. He was able to pilot it remotely, which I have issues with. He was able to fucking protect Pepper with it. He was able to try and use it against Killian. Way too much convenience with that damn suit. They made it too damn easy for him, is what I'm saying. And the whole thing about fucking Tony Stark is he is the only non-powered human character of the Avengers. That difficulty with having to have his suit, he's nothing without his suit. It's kind of the only weakness the man has.
That's what I'm saying. Not to cut you off, but that's what I'm saying with the Mandarin, is the fact that if I would have wrote this movie, I would have had the Mandarin, like, with his rings, just go, blah! Tony's suit's just, like, blown to shit. And then the Mandarin kicks the dude's ass. Like, even without the ring, the Mandarin is a badass. Without the suit, Tony is nothing. And in my
it was
version
Cap
of
who trained
Iron
him
Man
how to fight later on. My bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, it's all good. I just didn't hear what you said.
I said it was Cap who trained him how to fight, a little bit.
Well, yeah, but that hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, in my version of Iron Man 3, Tony Stark would have realized, look, either I'm wearing the suit or I'm not wearing the suit. I need to figure out a way how to beat this guy, and it ain't the suit. I got to beat this guy with my brain, I would have had him like MacGyver some shit, or like, just do something where he didn't need the suit. Because the Mandarin can fight the suit. He has those rings. Tony needs to realize, look, my brain is the one that saved me in the first movie, because the man even did heart surgery on himself. He's got an arc reactor in his chest. So he is smart. He can save himself without the suit. So I would have had a fight between him and the Mandarin without the suit. Not a physical fight, but some kind of like confrontation between the two where Tony outsmarts the dude somehow.
Yeah. And I mean, but dude, like that, if they would have fucking set it up right, dude, they could have done it either way, because they could have done it physically too. I mean, like, because the one thing I was thinking when I was watching the film, I was like, dude, if they would have fucking did the Mandarin with the fucking alien rings, how fucking cool would it have been if Tony would have got his hand, like, okay, well, clearly this fucking technology is more advanced than mine, and I don't have my suit anymore. How fucking cool would it have been for Tony to make a suit based off of that alien technology?
Exactly.
To re-engineer it,
Exactly.
to make a custom suit that I'm not saying could like beat the Mandarin's rings. Not anything that could like overpower the Mandarin, but like maybe the rings wouldn't work on his suit, so it would level the playing field again.
Exactly.
Any one of those could have been a fucking possibility. If they had a goddamn writer who knew two shits about the goddamn source material. God damn it.
That's what the extremis virus was in the comics. Like, it was a virus at first, like it was in the movies, and then Tony acquired it, and it got on him, and he made it, to the suit where it was advanced. Like, it can tap into satellites, it can do all types of shit. He basically had superpowers with the suit, is what it was. Mm-hmm. But they changed it into some generic thing with him, with the Mandarin and all that. I was like, yeah, that was stupid to me as well.
Basically, the Mandarin didn't need to be in this movie.
Not really, if they were going to do all the stuff they did.
No, I
really didn't.
Dude, to be honest,
And I don't feel like Tony really had an arc. I don't feel like he was a different character at the end, other than the fact that his house was gone and he was getting some...
Well, no.
He went under the knife.
No.
I feel like Tony is the same character he was at the beginning of the film.
No, Tony did have an arc, kinda, sorta. The thing is, dude, if you're not paying attention, you're not gonna notice it. This is what it was. Tony's deal in this movie was him trying to find a way to compensate for everything he lacked in comparison with the other Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. That's why he built all them motherfucking suits. And because, dude, it's at the beginning of the film in his conversation with, I think it was with Jarvis. It was
with Pepper.
It was with Pepper. Yeah, where he said, I have to find a way to deal with this. Aliens and gods.
Yeah.
It was about Tony trying to find a way to put himself on the same playing field with all these other fucking guys. And if they would have stuck to the extremist storyline, dude, that would have been all the more reason to fucking adapt that faithfully, because it would be Tony accepting a fucking virus that would give him superpowers. Dude,
right.
You know what? And look. Now, I'm not, listen. By now, anybody who watch my videos, for the most part, I'm not one to go for archetypes necessarily, but dude, the age-old archetype where, the person accepts something and because it gave them power or something like that, and then they found out that they were scammed and they didn't want it, and so they had to make the best of it and learn a lesson and all that shit. Age-old fucking story. That's the whole fucking plot of the Wolverine. Anybody who's looking forward to that film, that's the whole fucking plot of that movie. But that would have worked in this film.
Basically, you saying Tony would have got addicted to the extremist vibe.
Yes! Or no,
okay.
Or no, not even addictive. No, dude, it could have been something like, remember how they said they needed Tony in order to perfect it? Or they don't even tell you what the fuck they need Tony for. They don't.
Yeah, really.
They don't really tell you if it's to find a cure. They don't tell you if it's to.
Wait, no, it was to stabilize it.
It was to stabilize it.
Yeah.
Dude, they could have set up this whole fucking ploy where they would bring Tony in, and when he would find out what they were working on, he would take it on himself or something like that, and their crux would be, okay, well, we're bringing Tony in to stabilize it. And Tony's thing was, well, I would get this power out of the deal, but they could set it up to where like Tony was tricked into it or misled. Because the thing is, tricking Tony Stark is going to be kind of difficult. Yo, so you could mislead him. Or you could just back his ass into the fucking corner, like, hey, like going off of what Hugo said. Hey, man, the Mandarin just kicked your ass. You don't have a suit anymore. How the fuck are you going to beat him? And remember what I said about possibly doing this fucking story in the second movie? If they would have kept if they would have done this in the second movie, kept Guy Pearce's character alive, then Tony would have been like, shit, what am I going to do? First thing he should have fucking did, which pissed me off in the entire movie. Why is S.H.I.E.L.D. absent in this movie? Why?
Yeah, nobody. That's something I didn't even think about. Yeah.
You have a global motherfucking terrorist on the loose, and S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't even consulted. Captain America didn't even get a phone call. Really?
Mm-hmm. But what?
But hang on a minute.
Go ahead.
Hang on. Let me wrap this up though. So what I'm saying is, if they would have done this in the second film, right? Done the Mandarin properly in the third, when Mandarin shows up, kicks Tony ass to shit, and Tony can't get help from S.H.I.E.L.D., who would be one of the first people that Tony might actually consider joining up with? Maybe the motherfucker with the bioweapons that you just beat. You see what I'm saying? And then that would make sense because Tony's not doing it because he wants to. He's doing it because he's desperate.
Yeah. That's a lot of interesting ideas right there, you know.
Just to comment on what you said about S.H.I.E.L.D., what I'm thinking, because in Iron Man 3 they keep saying it's Christmas. That's a timestamp. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that while Iron Man 3 is going on,
Winter Soldier's going on.
Yeah, maybe something in the Winter Soldier happened, and maybe the S.H.I.E.L.D. base got blown up or something. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, I'm hoping that when they keep saying it's Christmas, I'm hoping that's a timestamp to let you know, okay, while this is going on, something else is going on, and so we have an idea of what the timeline is. Because it is messed up that you have, like you said, international terrorists, and S.H.I.E.L.D. ain't in this at all.
Dude, the fact that S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't in it was a big enough problem for me. But dude, let me ask you a question. But before we even found out that Killian had the vice president in his pocket, how the fuck could they get 3 goddamn helicopters to enter United States what do you call it? Airspace, and no military response? And you're not just talking about it, you're not just talking about US territory. You're talking about a residential area in Los Angeles. 3 unidentified helicopters in US airspace and no military response. Even if we knew the vice president was in Killian's back pocket, don't he have to keep face? Doesn't he have to keep up, the facade that he's still doing his job?
That was another thing that pissed me off, the vice president angle. But what I was thinking is, see, this is why the movie doesn't work without the Mandarin being the Mandarin. Because you would think, like you said, the Mandarin will probably have resources that would, shield military helicopters from, radar and stuff like that. Especially from Tony's radar, because remember, the Mandarin is smarter than that dude. So, and has a lot more money. So, if the Mandarin was the Mandarin, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to say that dude would have military helicopters that wouldn't be caught by Tony's radar or America's radar. I mean, how else the hell would he kidnap a White House staffer? So, with Killian being the main dude, I mean, I know Killian's like a super genius and all that too, but again, he's not a global terrorist.
Dude, man, piss on all that. Dude, you could have just as easily wrote it, the motherfuckers hijacked some helicopters. Fuck, you already had, look, nobody wants to admit it, but let's not fucking kid ourselves. The opening sequence where we saw the Mandarin, the motherfucker looks just like Bin Laden. Sunshades and all. Okay?
Of course.
If you gonna go ahead and reference the motherfucking person, do it expeditiously or don't do it at all. You could have just had his men hijack some U.S. motherfucking helicopters. Or some jets. Hell, throw a goddamn plane into Tony's house. Come on.
Of course.
And I don't want to hear that shit about, oh, you can't do that and move. No, fuck that. Fuck that.
That's what makes him more relatable. You gotta do that.
Oh, speaking of relatability, you two have the job before this podcast is over to remind me about that fucking kid. Cause I got some words about that bastard.
The kid didn't annoy me so much. It was the scenes with him were just too long. It was like, okay, we get it. Just get past this shit already.
The kid annoyed the shit out of me, and the only reason why the child was in the fucking movie is because they wanted to have a character in there that children could relate to, so it would make it easier to market towards kids. That was a trend that plagued Hollywood throughout the entire 90s. You want to know how I know this? Because guess who went to all those fucking movies? This guy. When he was a kid. That's why I liked all those movies. Oh, there's a kid in it. He's just like me type shit. That's the only reason why that bastard was in the fucking movie.
You see, that's weird, because I've never saw a movie with a kid in it and thought that. I've always even when I was a kid, I wanted to be, the hero, the dude. The dude who was waving the sword around and messing stuff up. I never wanted to be the kid at all. Never.
Well, that's why the motherfucker was in the movie. That's why all them little fucking kids are in those action movies in the 90s. That's why Robin was created. That's why Captain Marvel has survived as long as he has.
Yeah.
No.
I guess you could say that.
Well, Superman
that didn't bother me too much. It was just, like I said, overdone. Way too overdone. Too long scenes with them. They just overdid it. And the comedy. This is a problem I had with this Iron Man franchise. The fucking comedy is overdone. I'm sick of it. I am so sick of the comedy. I mean, it happened in Thor 2. It didn't happen so much in First Avenger, Captain America. But in the Iron Man film, they just love to overdo it.
Yeah, and
I'm tired
it's
of it.
Horrible, dude.
It's not even like it's justified humor. It's just
and dude, it doesn't even it doesn't even work. It doesn't work even in a comical fucking situation. It doesn't fucking work. Like I don't know what the fucking problem is. Like, it was perfect in Iron Man 1. It was perfect. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As close to perfect as you could possibly get. But in Iron Man 2, it was fucking awful. And in this one, it was so mismatched. There were some funny moments. I'm not going to completely rob the film of having some there was some. But, I mean, dude, it was all over the place in the most awkward and oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Like with the final fight scene, cool looking, but you kept doing jokes, one-liners. I'm like, this is a point when you're supposed to be serious. Shit is supposed to be serious business, and you still cracking jokes? Like, you people's lives are on the line. And this whole thing with Pepper, I honestly thought she should have died. I was like, ooh, she's dead. Now we're finally going to get to have Tony go through this really interesting arc where he has to deal with the fact that his girlfriend has died. Ooh, no, she's still alive.
And I kind of figured that. Now that
it does make sense because I didn't think about it. I'm like, yeah, she did have the extremist virus. I forgot about that, but it would have been interesting if she was dead.
I mean, look, like when she fell, I thought she was dead, and so I was already 2 times pissed then. But when when I saw Pepper fall, I was like, fuck everybody. Fuck them all. Fuck. I was like, I don't even care. I was like, I don't even care about these movies no more. I'm not gonna go see another Marvel movie. No, fuck everybody. And the fact that not only did Pepper show up, but the fact that she was actually the one who killed Killian, I was like, all right, y'all saved your ass.
I don't know.
Y'all saved your ass.
Yeah, because I thought that was cool that the girlfriend saved the day. That was a cool.
Twice now, count them, 2 times. I'm referencing Iron Man 1.
Oh,
Tony
Tony
didn't beat Obadiah. No. She did. She was the one who blew the reactor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, for fuck's sake, dude. Oh my God. Oh, and do not get me started on fucking Rhodey. Look, okay. Look, here's my thing. Rhodey shouldn't even be in the fucking trilogy. He shouldn't. He shouldn't even be in the fucking trilogy. He's downplayed in every fucking movie. I'm still not sold on fucking Don Cheadle. I love Don Cheadle to fucking death. I'm not sold as him as Rhodey. At no point in time has he ever done anything that made me be like, that's James Rhodes. No, he's too damn small. All the fucking fight scenes with him out of suit don't fucking work. Iron Patriot was bullshit.
He was playing with comedy too much in this film. I gotta agree with you. I don't think Rhodey should be in here. And that dumbass fucking after the credits scene.
Oh my God.
I should have just got up and left. But yeah, I really don't have much else to say. I just think it's a very mediocre film. The best way I can describe it is missed opportunities.
Yep.
Nothing but missed opportunities.
Yep.
Nothing but. Let me ask you this question though. Clearly, they can't be another Iron Man.
There can.
No, there can.
There can.
What? How?
Well, he's getting surgery on his heart. I'm assuming he's gonna have something to do. Something's gonna happen with that. But I don't think Robert Downey Jr. could come back as Iron Man. I think that's it for him.
I think this should be the end of the fucking franchise. This should be it.
I think because unless they go darker or something. If they're going to keep doing this same tone, no, I don't want more of this shit. No.
They're kind of out of iconic villains, too, because they already took a huge shit on the Mandarin, so...
Yeah.
I mean, after that, who you going to get?
Yeah, and that's Iron Man's arch nemesis.
Exactly. You just got B-grade people now.
Nah, dude, no. I will say this, bro. Like, one thing I was kind of hoping for, they already kind of fucked it up, but they could have set it up really nice. If you were going to play out this whole fucking thing with Tony pretty much like, as far as I'm concerned, he's not Iron Man anymore. All right? As far as I'm fucking concerned, he's not Iron Man anymore. Oh, and also just for a brief moment, I'm going to chime in on the mechanics of the suit. The mechanics of the suit are bullshit. No part of that suit should be operational without the goddamn helmet because never in Iron Man's publication history has he been able to use the suit without the helmet, first and foremost. Second off, the idea is that the suits are supposed to be powered by the arc reactor. You can't just charge a fucking suit! The suit is powered by your arc reactor. And the whole thing about not wanting to lose power, it ain't about the suit will power down. It's about, guess what, Tony? You'll fucking die. And they shit. Man, I lost my damn headphones. Hold up a minute. They just went flying out my ear. Can't hear shit. Okay. All right. I'm done with that. But what I was talking about, what they could have set up pretty damn interesting is that if you're going to, like I said, Tony's not Iron Man anymore, as far as I'm concerned. In my book, he ain't Iron Man. I don't give a fuck what they do. He ain't Iron Man no damn more, right? So, if you wanted this to be the final hoorah where Tony gets rid of the arc reactor, he destroys all his fucking suits. Don't forget, he destroyed all his fucking suits.
Yeah, which was stupid.
And all that shit, and then his home in Los Angeles is going and all that shit. Okay, all right, fine. You know what they should be setting up for now? Director Stark. Director Anthony Stark of S.H.I.E.L.D. And this could have been a perfect way to fucking do it. There was a fucking attempt on the president's life, and the VP was behind it. Okay, they should have killed the president. They should have got the fucking VP. Guess what? Now you have a fucking political vacuum in the White House. After long, with all the shit that's been going on, alien invasion, terrorist attacks, all this jazz, don't you think that SHIELD would get involved, especially if there was still the possibility of a black sheep in the White House? That could have set up a very interesting thing with fucking Nick Fury, since we know he was already butting heads with his superiors over at SHIELD. Hey, maybe this was a power play from one of those guys who wants to become president. It ain't enough to just be the fucking, one of the tops of SHIELD. Now you could be the motherfucker running the most powerful country in the world, right? So then you could have had a whole little fucking subplot developing over the course of these movies with Nick Fury, right? Probably even have the bulk of it be chimed in during fucking Captain America. And the whole fucking time, Tony's disappeared. So when Avengers 2 pops off, guess who shows up? This idea I have is predicated on the idea that Fury would get snuffed at some point, which would open up the door for Tony Stark, director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, that'd be a fun way to go.
You know what I just thought of? And I hope this isn't true, but if Tony Stark isn't going to be Iron Man anymore, do you think they're going to have Rhodey replace him in Avengers 2?
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm honestly thinking.
Well, I mean, dude, to be honest, I don't give a shit because Rhodey should have been in Avengers 1.
Yeah.
War Machine, the second you introduce War Machine, he should always be around. Always. So, I don't care. Fuck everybody. Seriously.
I just don't know what they can do with this friend. They should just, after this,
This is it. This should be
This is it, yeah.
This should be it. And if memory serves me correctly, fucking, I think Robert Downey Jr. is only signed on for one more movie. His original contract was for 5 films.
You know, once they start flashing that money to that boy, he gonna take it. You know, he gonna be back.
Well, maybe he'll be back for Avengers 2. Yeah,
no, he's gonna be in Avengers 2. He has to be.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying though. But if you look at it though, that's 5 films.
Yeah.
So Avengers 2 might be his last one.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Even if he died in the film, I wouldn't care. Because I'm gonna be honest, I ain't big on Tony Stark Iron Man anyway, so that wouldn't bother me so much.
Well, I mean, like I say, it just kind of pisses me off because the fucking the 08 film, that was what got me back into fucking Iron Man. Cause now, yeah, granted, I don't care too much for Tony as a person, but as a goddamn superhero, I fucking, dude, I remember in the early 2000s when they were first talking about making a fucking Iron Man film, and they were talking about all these guys who could portray him. I was like, oh man, I can't wait for this to fucking come out. So yeah, I was waiting for the Iron Man film, and I was stupid fucking excited to go see it. And then all my friends went and saw it without me, bastards. Anyway, but my point is, dude, like that film made me get reinvigorated with the character. So to have Iron Man, like the last 2 of his solo films, just shit on him, I'm like, dude, like, look, yeah, he took out the arc reactor, his house blown up, the suits are gone, let it be it. Let him ride off into the motherfucking sunset, because I don't even want to see him no fucking more, in all honesty. And let him take that fake ass Cody Rhodes, I said Cody Rhodes, oh, I'm angry. Let him take that fake ass James Rhodes along with him. Don't want to see either of them. Don't want to see their face. Don't want to smell their breath. No. Take them. I don't fucking want them. I will
say this. I hope this is not a precursor to the rest of the Phase 2 characters. I don't want this to happen to them.
Oh, man.
I hope Thor 2 is not like this, and I hope Cap is not like this. That's it. That's if this is a tone they're going for all the rest of the films, then that's it for me.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna start falling apart. Y'all say the Marvel Cinematic Universe can't do no sins. Well, starting to see it.
Well, I've never said that. So
A lot of people have. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Rabbit fanboys.
Yeah, but that's all
I just knew the bottom was going to fall out eventually. It was just all a matter of when and where, and how.
God damn it!
But I mean, hey, Man of Steel coming out, so
yeah, that's the only thing I have to look forward to.
Then DC and Warner Brothers after this, they're walking around smelling like guest room soap. So,
which
I ain't getting too excited for that. Either.
Dude, I already heard some rumors about fucking Man of Steel.
Oh no.
Yeah, how they're reworking the mythology.
Oh, that's cool. I don't want to get too excited because that's the movie I want to be like the shit, and if it fails, that's really gonna break my heart. So I'm gonna stay away from that.
You and me both, dude. And me both.
Actually, no. If Man of Steel does suck, I probably will go ahead and grab that dude and make him bite the fucking step. Then I'll be prone to it then because I'll have nothing left by then.
Y'all ruined my third favorite character in the DC universe yet again. But yeah, I'm done.
That's your third. That's my first. That's my go-to guy.
Third is just as good as the first, man.
That's my go-to. Hey, Zip, remember, I'm the one in this conversation that loves Smallville, okay?
Hey,
I like it too.
It's got some good moments, man. Shit.
Oh, you didn't say that last time. No, last time you was like, fuck that series.
What have I always said? My opinions are not finite. They can change over time. But I don't think it's with this movie because I sure as hell ain't gonna change my opinion about Iron Man 3.
Oh no, dude. You know what though, bruh? The thing was like I said multiple times in this podcast. As much as I hated Iron Man 3, I still thought it was better than the second one. I still thought it was better than 2.
I can't say that.
I can, dude. 2 was no in comparison to see now I actually have a proper pedometer to fucking put 2 up against, and 2 still looks like shit. Say what you will about everything we done talked about in this fucking podcast. You can't lie. The spectacle was so much more better than 2.
Oh yeah. The fight scenes, I will give it that. Yeah.
2's fight scenes was shit.
I need to see Iron Man 2 because I need to see what the hubbub is about.
Just watch it just to do a review. I'd be interested to hear what you got to say about it.
Dude, I think I should.
Compared to 3, 2 looks like shit. It does.
Everybody hated Iron Man 2, so
fucking.
I'll have to check that out.
And that one had the same director as the first one.
Mm-hmm.
He just. All right. Anything else?
Just the Mandarin. I think that's just the biggest thing that disappointed me. The Mandarin.
If y'all go see this movie, don't stay to after the credits.
It's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. Leave.
It is not worth it at all. It was a bullshit. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I chuckled when you see who he's talking to. I thought that was kind of funny. But
she was dumb.
In just the wider scope of what they could do, like setting up for Avengers 2, and if they're going with the Thanos story, yeah.
If they had done the rings, though, they could have made a reference at the end of the film to the after the credits scene could have been leading into Thanos or Guardians of the Galaxy, which they're doing.
Exactly. Which I'm hoping the ending of Thor will be like the introduction of Guardians of the Galaxy, because that does take place, in a different universe and whatnot. So
I hope that movie's good because it got the people working on Game of Thrones on that. So I hope that's good. I hope it's not like this. Yeah. So let me stop rambling on. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done too.
Yeah, I'm too damn tired to fucking hate them motherfuckers. They make me sick. All right, so those are our thoughts on Iron Man 3. those of you all who have yet to see the film, you be the judge, because we just a bunch of three dudes who like movies and comics and get infuriated when they fuck up both.
You ain't lying.
This shit is not that fucking difficult. I'm sorry. I can't.
Really is.
It keeps me up at night when I just see that this shit. I could. You know what really pisses me off? And I don't mean to keep y'all any longer, but this kind of irritates my nerves at times. All right. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a goddamn literary genius. I'm not. All right? I don't have a degree in fucking English. I'm not a fucking successful writer. I'm not a fucking Stephen King, Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman. Fuck, I'm not even a Stephanie Meyer, though I can write better than that. I can.
3-year-old could.
I can. But I'm not any one of those, right? But this shit keeps me up at night when I see shit like this, and the whole time I keep thinking to myself, I could do that. I could do that. When I see a movie, especially if it's a product that I love, gets adapted and the script is shit, and I'm just sitting there the whole time like, I could do that. I could do that. Why didn't I get a phone call? Do they know that I just don't exist? What? Is there some bullshit? You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even going to get into no more. I'm fucking done. This Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief, I'm going to go smoke a motherfucking Joe, calm my goddamn nerves. I want to thank Hugo for joining me again this week.
Word.
And also I want to thank Zipblockgory for joining me again this week.
It's been forever.
Yeah, no problem.
And I don't know. In the comments below, write whatever the fuck you want to.
Man of Steel. Man of Steel.
That's all we got left, man. Yeah, I know. That really is our last hope. Because I'm not holding out for the Wolverine. In all honesty, I think they're going to fuck that up.
Of course. I don't think anyone's really holding out for that.
Wait. Now, when you say last hope for Man of Steel, are we just talking about superhero movies, or are we talking about just movies to look forward to in general?
No, I'm talking about, for me, Superman means a lot. And if they fail on that, that's gonna hurt. You will see my anger come out then. Just know.
I'm talking about just movies to look forward to in general, because there ain't much this year.
Dude,
there really isn't.
Hang on a minute,
what else we got? Star Trek, Thor.
Dude, we got Pacific Rim. Don't sleep on Pacific. Dude, did you see the WonderCon trailer?
No, I have not.
No, I didn't see that. I only saw the first one. I'm trying to stay away.
See the latest. Dude, the latest. Oh my God, the latest trailer. We got Pacific Rim to look forward to, man.
Okay.
In July.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out for that too. So anyway, so this has been Larry Williams, OAW Commander-in-Chief, signing off. And until next time, peace.
Peace.